Well, we've been hearing for almost a year now that coal in Australia, and in Victoria specifically, could go a lot sooner than expected. The Australian Energy Market Operator has been putting out reports saying that with an ageing coal fleet, Victoria could be coal-free by the end of the decade or early next decade. We've heard about the early closure of the Latrobe plant nearby here in the Latrobe Valley, and now we're hearing that Loy Yang A, one of the youngest of the Victorian brown coal power stations, will follow in 2035. Now that's 10 years, up to 10 years earlier than what was previously expected. But for workers here, this is probably coming as a bit of a shock. They've woken up this morning to see news in the papers that their jobs are going up to a decade earlier than expected.
Yeah, so what does this mean for the Latrobe Valley community?
Well, the Latrobe Valley community is in the process of, it looks like this could be the death knell for coal in the region. The Hazelwood plant, which was Australia's most polluting plant, closed in early 2017. We've also heard that the Latrobe power station nearby is going to close in 2028. And now Loy Yang A is going to close. That's just over 500 jobs. What's unclear is what's going to happen to the neighbouring Loy Yang B power station. It has a different owner, Alinta Energy, but it's supplied by the same coal mine, and it's always been expected that the two plants' futures are linked. So this could be a loss of another 700 jobs, 500 here at Loy Yang A, and potentially another 125 at Loy Yang B if Loy Yang B follows suit. So that would take it to, about 2,000 coal job losses across the region in Victoria, which has really done it tough and suffered from higher unemployment ever since the coal industry was privatised in the 1990s, creating, shockwaves through the community when thousands of jobs were lost here back then. So this is a very sensitive topic to a community which has, over the decades, really paid the price for restructures in the way that electricity works here in Victoria.
And so this is part of this big shift towards renewables across Australia and in Victoria.
Yes, and that's the big question about what's going to happen now. There's a lot of clean energy earmarked for Victoria. The Energy Minister was out earlier this week talking about the need to get more battery storage into the grid. There's a push to have massive amounts of offshore wind. The federal government recently announced that here in Gippsland would be host to Australia's first offshore wind zone. So there's going to be a bit of a race now to see if we can get all of that online to meet the closure of Loy Yang. And that would provide replacement energy, replacement jobs for some of the workers here. There's probably some which can't transition. And there's also massive questions about getting the grid infrastructure into other parts of Victoria to assure that this is a seamless transition.
Okay, Jared Whittaker reporting there from outside the Loy Yang power station in Gippsland in eastern Victoria.